Good morning, everybody, and happy Tuesday. Good morning, JJ. How are you this morning?
I'm great. Good morning. Good to see you.
Great to see you too. So I'm Sharon, and this is JJ, and we're your hosts for this morning. And we've got a great show for you this morning. So we're going to start with X marks the spot. What? The X-Files? What's going on with that?
Yeah. So I was reading up, I'm a big celebrity nerd. But I was reading up the X-Files of that Jennifer Aniston and Gwyneth Paltrow in a recent interview. It came out on both sides that they swapped stories about Brad Pitt. So if you don't remember, back in the 90s, Brad and Gwyneth started dating during the movie Seven, which kind of launched Brad's career. I know Ron knows all about this. And then they were engaged, and then it broke up. Yes. And then a few years later, right, Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt obviously get married and then soon divorced. But apparently they're all very good friends. They all kind of rely on Gwyneth to tell all the insider scoop on wellness and health, and they share beauty secrets and probably some good plastic surgeons.
I would imagine, because they all look pretty young. Holy shit.
They all look pretty young. Even Brad, Brad's recent, you can tell he's had some, little refresh.
Little nip and tuck here and there.
Little nip, he's a little tighter. But no, I thought it was interesting that, at the end of the day, they're like, yeah, they might be big movie stars. But as Jennifer said, she was like, we're still girls and we still talk girl stuff, even in our 50s. we're still just very much girly girls. So yeah, I thought that was cute. And I had, I was like, when I go back to, my X-Files of that's high school. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been married for so long, but I recently went to my 35th high school reunion last month.
Holy smokes.
And I did run into some exes, but it was, we're all friends. We're all can reminisce with, there's just no weirdness. It was really fun.
No weirdness, no animosity. There's no need as we get older. Yeah, exactly. And I love that Jennifer and Gwyneth get together and talk about the pitfalls of life.
Oh, that's good. The pitfalls.
Pitfalls.
Well, apparently, Gwyneth even said that when she heard that she was one of those that when because Aniston and Brad Pitt secretly dated for several years before it was really public, and Gwyneth wasn't even aware of it. And when it kind of came out, she was like, "What? Why are they together?" Like she questioned that maybe Brad was reaching too low, which in that interesting that Gwyneth
Brad was reaching too low.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not very better.
I know. So yeah, she kind of
threw
that out there, but then she was like, hey, we're all friends, and now that I've gotten to know her, I don't know why even I made that comment or had that thought back then. But yeah,
it's not very nice.
I know. And Jennifer said that she was like, ironically, she was at Brad Pitt and Gwyneth's engagement party. She was like, we're all kind of in the same circle and danced around. So it is because they always say Hollywood is a lot like high school, right? They're just people just have a lot more money, and there's just a lot more beautiful people in that high school. But from the circles and the cliques and the gossip, it is very much still like a big 90210 in
real life. Just going to say that 90210 with millions of dollars.
Right.
So it's even worse because
in adulthood.
Yeah, they're not limited by anything. So it's even worse than high school.
I know.
I can't even imagine being in that world.
Not at all.
Too much for me.
Do you have any X-Files, or have you gone to any reunions or run into your exes or anything like that?
Oh yeah, I'm friends with a couple of my exes, and yeah, it's my husband not so much. My husband and I divorced
Your
for
I love that. My husband. That's
religious
good.
reasons. He thought he was God, and I didn't. So we're not. Yeah.
Are you guys in the same
So we like
town?
this break up there. What's that?
Are you in the same geographic area?
Oh yeah, we live in the same city. Yeah, but
Oh,
it's
and you
it's a
don't,
large
and
city.
you never run into each other?
No, it's a larger
Wow.
city, so it's not.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Sharon, what state are you out of, or what area?
Well, I'm in central Canada.
Okay, so are you near Becky?
No, she's a couple of provinces over.
Okay,
Yeah, so we're
I
about
need to get my
16 hours apart.
Canadian geography.
I
I know Vancouver and I know Toronto. I know the sides. In the middle.
I'm west of Toronto.
Okay.
So Ontario is to the east of us. Manitoba is, yeah. So I'm in Winnipeg, central Canada.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, and it's good. I've got some fun facts about that later.
Oh yes, and as
Yeah.
Becky shared, that Canada has more lakes than any place than the world. That's a fun fact of Canada.
And Manitoba especially.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
But that'll come out in the fun facts portion of the program.
Ah, I love it. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it too. The lakes here are beautiful. It's wonderful. There's a throw a stone and you're at a lake. Lots of ripples there. It's a Canadian invasion. Exactly. I think Becky is strategically planning that. She's recruiting more.
I was like, I need to come and
Canadians.
visit. I told Becky I needed to. I've never been to Canada. It is on my bucket list to visit. Vancouver's been on my bucket list, but now that I know that Becky is in Alberta, I need to go visit there.
Mm-hmm. Alberta's pretty too. Yeah, it's a very pretty. And Saskatchewan, there's like Manitoba and Saskatchewan are prairies, so we're pretty flat. But Saskatchewan does have some valleys, and where I grew up in Manitoba is a valley, and it's very beautiful, surrounded by mountains. But compared to the BC mountains, they're really foothills. They're tiny mountains, but it's very pretty.
I can't wait to visit. No, not for Yukon.
Oh yeah, the Yukon's. It has its perks for sure, but a little cold to be there year round.
You're like, Ron, I'm not talking about the Yukon. Well, should we do a social media, our intro, our social media break, and tell people where they can find us?
That. Well, he's given us more time. So, but you know what? Let's do a social media intro and where you can see us and where you can watch us. So you can watch us live on Kick, YouTube, and Rumble at Rhode Island Broadcasting. You can see us, watch us on Twitch at RI_broadcasting. And on Twitch, you can share bits with us. So for 1 cent, each bit costs 1 cent. So we'll give you our 2 bits while we're on the show. And it'd be great if you gave us 2 bits in return. That would be awesome. You can listen to us on Red Circle, Spotify, iHeartRadio at RIBroadcasting. And you can follow us on almost every platform known to man. U42, MeWe, Space Hey, Odyssey, Parler, Gab, TikTok, LinkedIn, Blue Sky, Twitter, also affectionately known as X, Patreon at RIBroadcasting. So and
we're everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere. Pick a platform. We're there, and we're happy to be there. Ron does a great job. So Ron used to have 10,000 followers on Facebook, but for some reason, Mr. Zuckerberg took his Facebook page down. So we have a new one, and we'd love for you guys to come over and follow us on it. And the Facebook page is at Going On Daily Morning Show. You can watch us. We go live every morning, Monday to Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday. So I guess Saturday to Thursday. It's 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, and 8 a.m. Mountain Time. Good morning,
Yay.
Becky. I see Becky just signed on. Great to have you. Thanks for joining us
Good
this morning.
morning.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, tell us what happened with the stolen Cessna. I missed the story. I know this is an update. So fill me in, because
Okay.
I missed the whole thing.
Okay. Well, this is a follow-up to the original story. There's a gentleman who had his Cessna stolen, and they can't figure out who's been stealing it. So as they've dug farther and farther into the story about the stolen Cessna, he didn't realize that it had been stolen numerous times. He thought he only reported it missing a couple of times. And for the police, because an airplane rarely gets stolen, they use, they had to use the same.
Like, aren't there locks on the hangar?
Yeah, it's literally impossible to steal a plane. It's incredible that this one keeps getting stolen. So they used a form for stolen cars to report that this plane had been stolen, because people just don't steal airplanes. It's pretty rare. So officers said that the plane has been taken multiple times and returned. So they didn't realize it's been stolen and returned without anybody even noticing, because it's a very small hangar that it's in.
Well, that tells me that's an inside job. It's like the mechanic going, I'm going to pop this up, take a quick joyride, like the valet guys, that it's like in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, where he drives
yes.
It's like a joyride. Yes. Is that what's happening at this hangar? Is it the only plane that's happened to?
Yes, it is the only plane. However, they look up the flights on FlightAware. Who knew? I didn't know there was a thing called FlightAware.
Yeah.
Yeah. Left the keys in the ignition, Becky says. That's funny. You might have. So there's no camera, no video, no real leads as to who stole the plane. But he looked up his flight path on FlightAware and found that on his 75th birthday, someone took off of this plane from the little airport that he has it in. They took a 51-minute flight over to Palm Springs. A few hours later, they flew again for a 22-minute flight toward Laverne. And that was about 1:30 a.m. So there's some, there's some
it's a party plane.
What's that?
It's a party plane.
Either a party plane, they're running drugs. Who the heck knows? Oh yeah, the thief is chartering the plane. Yes, that's a good point. They could be running a charter service, making cash off of somebody else's plane. That'd be awesome. Actually, I would love that story if that's what they're doing. I would love that. So they obviously have some flight training, because they're able to land the plane on multiple occasions, and landing isn't easy. They bought a new headset, left that in the plane. They bought a new battery. They had cleaned the cockpit. They had polished the windshield. Like, they're cleaning it. So it's no surprise to me that they interviewed some people at one of the airports, at the San Gabriel Valley airports, who said they saw the plane flying in and out of the airport multiple times in July. And this guy that owns the plane is 75, so he's not flying it very often. So for almost an entire month, they've been flying in and out of that airport without anybody knowing it's been stolen. What he said, one of the people at that airport that he goes to on a regular basis said that they saw a woman about 5 feet, 3 inches tall, in her 40s or 50s. She was flying the plane. She was sitting in the plane. And one of the workers there said that he had a conversation with her at one point, and everybody remembers seeing her because during the day she would sit in the cockpit of the plane. She wouldn't go into the air-conditioned airport lounge. She would just stay in the cockpit, and everybody was like, why doesn't she just come in and cool off in here? But
the plane's stolen.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody else knew it was stolen, which is the crazy thing, right? So they're all like, what is that little lady doing sitting out there?
It's like hiding in there.
But to be so bold as to hang out with the plane and let everybody see her. and she's stealing it multiple times. Like she's taking it and she's stealing it and then delivering it back and then stealing it and delivering it back. It's just the weirdest thing. But people at his airport hangar said that they didn't recognize this woman. But you're right. Now that you mention that, it's got to be an inside job of some sort. It has to be.
That's either a daughter, his daughter, or an ex-girlfriend. Maybe he has an ex-file that, and he doesn't really want to,
Maybe
exactly. Alert. Yeah. So the question is, how did he discover that? Well, one, I've got questions. So one,
what are your questions, JJ?
I thought how did it discover that the plane was stolen? Like, did he all of a sudden get a bill that he was like fuel charge from the hangar that was like, I haven't flown anywhere, and I just got 3 gas bills.
No, they must be putting fuel in it too, because there's been no mention of getting a gas bill, but on his 75th birthday, he went to visit his plane because he calls it the old treasure. And it's just one of his favorite things. Okay. So it was gone. He's like, what the heck? My plane's gone. So that's when he noticed. And then they found it at an airport, I don't know, 20 miles away or 50 miles away. And then a couple of weeks later, he went back to see his old treasure again. And again, it was gone. And they found it at a different airport, but closer this time. But every time they found it, there had been cleaning. It had been cleaned. It had been polished. It had, upgrades, new.
She was like, hey, I'm a good host. I'm a good guest. I'm leaving it better than I found it. And,
absolutely.
Like
who and clearly your house and
for a fuel bill. Like she's paying for the fuel.
She's paying. And he even took the battery out at one point so that nobody could steal it. Nope.
Did she buy
when they found it, it had a brand new battery in it. So it's someone who knows about the mechanical workings of a plane too, right? Because they're installing new batteries and things, and it's pretty interesting.
This sounds like somebody that works at the airport or someone that knows him and knows his pattern enough that.
Maybe it's that kind of inside job. Maybe they know him. And so Becky's asking how tall I am. Yeah, Becky, I am 5'2". So yeah.
Do you match the description?
I kind of do. A small blonde lady, 5'2", in her 40s or 50s. So yeah, that's my wheelhouse. But no, I haven't left Canada for a while.
So you say.
So I say.
So what are they?
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Well, clearly you have to file a flight plan, don't you? Even at those small airports, don't you still have to file like where you're going?
Well, that's how they found out that it had been stolen multiple times, because they went on that flight plane site and found out where it's been.
And they can't track this person down.
No, nobody knows who she is, but I think
they know who she is.
Yeah, Ron, that's why I know the story so well, because it's me.
You secretly want to get busted.
I do. I just secretly want to be a U.S. citizen. I think we need to, Becky and I need to become dual. I think that's what needs to happen. We both need to get a dual citizenship so we can go back and forth.
There you go. You can hide in the little cubby hole in the plane.
Well,
that's what happened. When they noticed the plane was at another airport, they called and somebody went out and they thought, well, I thought she was sitting in there and she's pulling the Star Wars where she's down in the car, little cargo area. Hiding out till they don't come, and cleared. And then she sneaks back in and takes off.
Yeah, well, they can't see her anyways because she's so short. I don't know. She must be sitting on a orange crate or something to be able to fly that plane and see over it.
That's right. And I agree, Becky. There's no way, no camera is seeing her anywhere. Like somebody knows who she is. Somebody knows.
Yeah, somebody knows who she is. Somebody, like you say, it's got to be an inside job. Like that's just
Right.
crazy. That it's been going on for so long, like a couple of months, and nobody noticed it in his hangar or the other airport. And
Yeah.
like she's been to, 2 or 3 different airports.
Where else has she
So
been going? So she went to, you said to like a beach. Where did you say she went? Palm?
she went to the San Gabriel Valley Airport, was one where she was frequenting, and
Okay.
then went
That's nice.
to where the heck? No, they only mentioned the San Gabriel Valley Airport.
Okay.
There's another
Because
one that she went to too.
like,
Oh, Riverside County, toward Laverne County.
where's that? I don't even know where that is.
I have no idea. I don't know. Somewhere in California, because this is based out of California. So
Okay.
yeah, it's somewhere in California.
And you're right. You would think somebody would put like a, a little tracker
Well,
or a
exactly.
camera, a dash cam.
Yeah. Like Becky says, you'd think that he'd put a camera on the plane so then he can catch her in the act, at least
I
get a
think he
visual.
knows who it is. I think as soon as they said, at first he was like, somebody stole my plane. Oh, but look at this. They cleaned it. They, filled it up with gas, whatever.
Put a
And
new
then
battery.
they got the description and it was like 5'2" blonde. He starts going through his little X-file tracker of,
Exactly. Why did she leave me? Now
that's
she's
that
pulling my
affair I had a decade back. I better, whoopsie, I better not elevate this too much.
elevate it too much.
No pun intended.
Yeah. So, she tried to ruin his life one time by having an affair and leaking it, and that didn't work. So now she's like,
I deserve this.
His pride and joy.
I am owed this. Because she probably knows that plane because he probably for a decade in their affair took her to all sorts of places. Absolutely. She knows that plane. She learned to fly. Maybe that's how she got her.
She joined the Mile High Club in it.
Yeah. I think he knows exactly who it is.
I think so too.
Now he doesn't want to figure out who it is. He was like, "Oh shoot, I've now alerted the police." This is not good. I can't, it's all going to come out.
She's probably a 6'2" brunette. She's just crunching down, and she's got a wig on. Because otherwise, it's too bold to be sitting in the plane and talking to people and she could be drug smuggling. Exactly, Ron. I agree. Like, I think she's running drugs, but I kind of like the chartering the plane better. How many people can you fit in a Cessna?
I think she's just going, how many people you get? Like 6 in a Cessna?
Is it? Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I guess it depends on which Cessna. I mean, some are like 4-seaters, but most usually get at least 6 in there.
Okay. Oh, you seem to know a lot about planes, JJ. How tall are you?
I'm 5'5". I would love to be. That would, like, if I could figure out a way of sneaking into an air, and I work with a lot of aviation businesses, so that's why I'm like, they have a good crackdown on things. It's I mean I call it those airports or like those small like downtown kind of they're like luxury. It's like where you would store your limos or it's a high-end parking garage. Those things are well taken care of. They are well monitored. And they're locked up. Like and to just get in, like you have to go through a lot of it's not like a lockdown, but you're not just walking around willy-nilly in those areas without not knowing, navigating the space and not feeling confident that you know what you're doing.
Well,
and running into people.
It had to be somebody who knew there was no cameras. Because you would
or they knew where to dodge the cameras.
Yes. Well, true that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you have to assume that they are camered up beyond.
Right.
but maybe they just assume no one would steal the plane. So what's the, nobody steals airplanes. We don't need any cameras.
Right.
Oh,
You have to go through all this paperwork and rigmarole. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The story is quite suspicious. I think
Yes,
he
it
knows
is.
exactly who it is. I think it
I
is somebody that he had an affair with, and she felt like she was owed. It was something they did as joyrides, and she's just going, I got to go visit my friends, and I'm borrowing the plane.
Exactly. I used to borrow it when we were together. It's just the same thing now.
That's
I
right.
used to fly it. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. I agree. That's
And
right.
now-
Come to Sharon and
and now he's
JJ for
like-
all your scoop.
That's right. We are the real detectives.
Absolutely. We'll figure it out. Never mind X-Files. Come to us.
That's right. Exactly.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. All right. So I don't know if you hear anything about Metaverse Fashion or so Sharon, I've got 4 kids, right? And
how old are they?
They are 14 to 25 or the span. I got 2 girls, they're on the bookends, 14 and 25, and then my boys are 16 and 22. But they're all, they're all into, games, and, they've got the virtual reality, goggles, and they play Roblox and, all of those things where, Roblox is basically you're designing areas, right? just in little blocks. And or like in the gaming world, if they're doing any kind, like the big thing is to get skins, right? So I want to design the skin of my game. And it's like $10 a pop or whatever. So now it has evolved to these VR games, these like to create fashion for yourself and your avatars. So you can't just have like a boring, digital avatar. Now it's
you can't be going to Walmart for your avatar.
With the static of your avatar comes with the, a blue shirt and the hair. Now you dress your avatar and you're creating fashion for your avatar. And they're having it's insane. Like, and now there's games and other things of, okay, so you've designed your fashion wear, your meta. So it's all Metaverse Fashion. And they're having Metaverse Fashion shows and runways.
That's incredible. That's incredible. But in the metaverse, we can look like anything we want. So
exactly.
What's your idea?
So now you're designing now it's getting to, now let me design my avatar, and then let me design my fashion statement, my statement pieces. And now they're turning into, they're just starting to sell. So now there's becoming these new like boom of shops, Metaverse shops that are popping up, where just like you could buy skins for your games, again, $10 a pop for let me skin my my video game like Batman or a Star Wars, whatever you want to skin it. But now it's like, oh, not only do I want to design my avatar, but let me go into like Meta Fashion closet and let me go pick out some clothing and buy it at whatever, $5, $50, $100. Wait, like it's insane to me.
I heard that Gucci was getting in on it.
Yes, like they're all getting in on it. Yeah.
How much would a Gucci outfit be?
Yeah.
How much would Gucci be on one of these games? Is
probably
what I
like $1,000. Yeah, you'd probably. I mean, it just is. I don't know. I get it. Like I'm sitting there going, as an entrepreneur, I'm like, dang, I wish I could have found that.
Right now, I wish I had a fashion warehouse.
Your money on shit like that. Like, that's such a waste of money. Yeah.
Agreed. But the thing is, the metaverse is taking over. It's becoming people's preferred place to be. So if you can look any way you want and interact with all the other beautiful people, then, and, you know, be and do and yeah, so it becomes a much better place to be. Becky says her kids spend so much on Robux.
On Roblox. Yeah.
She was like, what are you using these Robux for all the time? She's dressing her character. She says she stopped buying the Robux gift cards now. I don't blame you.
Well, get ready, Becky. It's evolving into now stores are popping up where you can shop, or you can now get her to go channel her trying to get my kids to like channel their creative energy, go be the designer and sell your fashion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, work the business angle of it. Like, you know, if you're going to do it, if you're going to buy stuff, sell stuff too. Create and sell.
Absolutely. In September 2024, Meta and EssilorLuxottica announced they were extending their long-term partnership into the next decade in order to write the history of wearables together. But get this, they announced a new collaboration involving another of EssilorLuxottica's most well-known portfolio brands, Oakley, with the launch of a new sports performance-focused Meta Oakley AI glasses that capture 3K video and allow users to interact with Meta AI. So now you can buy Oakley glasses that give you the Meta experience.
Oh, so it's the same instead of wearing the big obnoxious Oculus that my kids like.
Those goggles are coming to an end.
They can wear the cool Oakleys. That would be better.
Yeah. How cool. So with the Oakleys, you could just be out anywhere and be in your metaverse. I mean, really.
Yeah.
And so, but listen to this. The company is looking to appeal to younger consumers, of course.
Yeah.
They just spent $1.5 billion with a B of US streetwear brand Supreme last October.
Wow.
And so in the virtual world, Mark Zuckerberg has shifted away from full-blown metaverse experiences to AR and AI-driven smart glasses. And in order for him to invest and purchase 3% of the company, it was worth, hang on one second. Where did I see that? I've got to find that now.
Becky, I agree. We're going to be so poor, but we're going to look beautiful in Meta.
Absolutely. Like to purchase 3 to 5%, it was like $3.85 billion.
Oh, I believe
like it was insane. And they say, oh yeah, that's the ROI is going to be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Holy God.
Yeah.
Holy God. And that's only 3% of the company. It's not 30, it's not 50, it's 3. And so in Canadian dollars, that's, 4.8, almost 5 billion.
Wow.
I can't even wrap my mind around that. That's insane.
We're moving. What was and Ron might know this if he chimes in. What was the movie that was the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie that was everything was like VR, you could go you were traveling to Mars, but everybody lived like in a VR kind of world. You could kind of create your dream vacation. You had all your windows were set to like whatever view you wanted. What was that movie? But that's what I feel like we're either like moving into the Minority Report or that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Total Recall.
Total Recall. Oh, my brain fog is setting in.
You can see it, but you just can't. It's not.
I was like, through. I see the whole movie playing out in my head. I cannot remember the name.
Hey, but you remember Schwarzenegger's name, and that's a step. That's
good.
That's really good.
That's right.
Ron says, sorry, I don't recall the movie.
So good. So good. All right.
So if you were in Metaverse Fashion, JJ, if you were in Metaverse Fashion, what accessories what would be your go-to if you had to? Who would it be?
If I would design it, or who would I would purchase from?
Who would you buy if you're going to buy in the metaverse fashion world? What designer brands would you be buying? What would you be wearing? What would you be wearing on the runway, JJ?
Well, you know what? I would be doing things, experimenting, because I think fashion is it's creativity and a reflection of kind of your inner child and being able to be fun and playful. And so I love experimenting with fashion. So I would probably choose things that are more couture, things that are really avant-garde, things that you really can't wear in everyday life. Like you can't wear like these like extravagant things to go into the office and present in front of a client, right? That's not, but it would be fun. Like I would have a blast either designing, like if these things were available when I was younger and in my, tweens and teens, I would totally have gone into like the digital fashion creation, and just been really experimental and having fun with that. Yeah. So I would, if I had to purchase it, it would be on that realm, and just dress myself in the most funky, weird, like crazy avant-garde things. But you've got the New York Fashion Week and Paris Fashion Week and London Fashion Week that happen like spring and fall. This fall, it will be the first like true metaverse fashion show is what's happening. And so it is, it's becoming.
That's going to be wild.
Fat and scantily dressed.
Snapchat Bitmoji, fat and scantily dressed, car ears, huge boots, a tutu, and a corset. So just because my kids were there and I wanted them to be embarrassed by it. I love it.
Absolutely.
That's awesome.
Well, it's like, the parents that dress up when they go pick up their kids from the bus stop. One of my friends does that. Like we'll dress up in the elf costume, or sometimes we'll like dress up like in the like the pig, like the blow up pig. And
the kids are like, get me up down the street, get away
right.
from me.
And it's unexpected. It's not like any kind of occasion. He tries to do it so it's very spontaneous. So they don't know, and they're at first they were kind of embarrassed, and now they think it's, oh, Dad, that's so funny. Will you will you dress up as Mario Kart the next time, or Mario Brothers?
It's good they're getting into it and see the humor in it, because most kids would just be horribly embarrassed and
and also you have a time that as they get older, you can't do that when they get older. At least you could. They might not have the same humor about it either. If in high school you pick them up.
Once they start dating, it's like, that's out, Dad. Stop it. Right. Just stop it.
Yeah.
Well, I read one time where Bono used to drop his kids off at school in the morning, but he'd be in his robe. He wouldn't even, he'd be in his pajamas and his robe. He's like, I got my slippers on. See ya. Have a good day at school.
He was like,
they were like, Dad, just drop us down the street. Come on. We don't want people seeing you like this. Funny. So it's nice to know, some stars are human too.
Exactly. And my dad was that way. My dad did a lot of work with mentally handicapped, mentally disabled people in our community, and would often volunteer to, the organization he worked for kind of managed all of the disabled operations, the group homes, the community homes, all that. And so sometimes he would take what they would consider like the small bus, the short bus, and he would pick us up from school in that. He would. It was always humbling.
Yes.
When you get picked up in high school,
on the short bus.
On the short bus. That's right.
That's funny.
That's what you got to do.
Good to have a good sense of humor about it too.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah. So, okay, I'm excited to hear fun facts.
I'm excited to tell you because there are some really interesting fun facts about Manitoba.
Yes.
Speaking of riding the short bus, it feels like we're on the short bus in the wintertime. I'm not going to lie. Feels like that's what we do. Okay, so there's actually a lot of fun facts about Manitoba, but I've narrowed it down to about 13. So if we don't get to them all, that's fine too. It's not a big deal. So one of my favorite ones is that a small patch of Mars is now named Winnipeg, and it's a nod to the fact that we get really cold here. So in 2013, we were in a winter deep freeze in February. The Manitoba Museum of Human Nature reported the temperatures in Winnipeg were as cold as the surface of Mars. The Curiosity rover reported that Mars reached a maximum temperature of minus 29 degrees Celsius on December 31st. And we were lower than that anyways, but a temperature that Winnipeg rose to in the afternoon. So the daytime high was supposed to be minus 31, with wind chill values making it feel like minus 40 or minus 50 degrees Celsius, and meaning exposed skin freezes in less than 5 minutes. So NASA heard about this, and they actually named a small area known as the target. Now, the target on Mars is an area of rock known as the Murray Formation, and scientific instruments aboard the robotic rover. They have a drill, an X-ray spectrometer, and they analyze the rocks, take close-up geological images of the area. So they're conducting sophisticated geological research in this area. And so they named it Winnipeg because it's so darn cold here. They found that, there's some running water there and things, but it's still too early to tell if there was ever life on Mars. But yeah, so that's kind of cool that they named a.
That is awesome. You're so cool.
But yeah, we're as cold as life, as cold as Mars, or colder. We were actually colder that day. So, and in January and February, we're very often minus. Yeah, Ron, I agree. If there's water, there's life. They just haven't proven that fact yet. So that's fun fact number one. We're as cold as the surface of Mars in the winter. That's why there's so many kids born, in October, September and October, because in January and February, we're all keeping warm and we're doing, we're snuggled up in bed. So you know what our winter pastime is. People think it's hockey, but really
it's.
So Manitoba has the biggest mating dens anywhere in the world for red-sided garter snakes. Yeah, so they come out in the thousands around Mother's Day in the Narcissus dens. They mix, they mingle, they mate, and so right around Mother's Day, people actually go out. It's like a little viewing. It's just outside the city of Winnipeg.
And there's snakes?
Yeah, but they're garter snakes, so they're not poisonous, and they're tiny. Like they're not very big, and I've never been. I'm not a snake person. I can't even. Just telling this story makes my skin crawl, and I've got my feet off the floor, and I'm just like, oh, yuck. But yes, but it's a big tourist attraction. People come from all over the place to see these snakes in these dens. Yeah, it's because it's a natural phenomenon. Nobody touches them. Nobody.
Like, do they know why? Like, is it a weather thing? Is it a time of year? Like, what's happening?
It's a time of year, so they mate in the spring, and it must just be Indiana Jones doesn't visit.
That was the picture I had in my head of like, oh my gosh, I would not be.
Whacking Day on The Simpsons. What's Whacking Day on The Simpsons? I don't know what that is. Becky,
oh, that's right. It's the bat. Like they go out, and I think it is something. Whatever. It's like a holiday in the Simpsons universe. Okay. To go and whack the snakes.
Oh, they go whack the snakes. Yeah, nobody whacks the snakes. They protect them. I think the area is you can see them, but you can't get to them. I think they've made it so that, because years ago, if I remember correctly, the snakes were actually getting out and going across the highway and getting run over. So they
That would be me. I would be
Ron, that's whack, yo.
That's what I would be doing.
Yeah. So that's the second thing that is kind of exciting about Manitoba.
I love
Now, another interesting thing is that the Hudson Bay has over 25,000 beluga whales, 3,000 of which visit Churchill from mid-June to mid-August, and people kayak with the belugas when they're in Churchill. So that's really a cool thing. If you want to go up, Churchill, Manitoba in the summertime, you can kayak with the beluga whales.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't that cool? Yeah. Like
that is
that. It would be a little unnerving to be in a big body of water because the Hudson Bay is a larger body of water. And to have this great big beluga whale beside you. Like I can't even, it would be unnerving. I think I'd be afraid.
I don't know if I could swim next to them. I would be just watching.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be on shore with the binocs, just checking it out. But I'm not getting in a kayak and going. Although they say they're very, very friendly and very gentle, and yet nobody has ever had a problem to my knowledge. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Anybody chime in? But they're safe enough to kayak with, so I think that's kind of interesting.
Right.
So there's also a park in northern Manitoba. It has the world's largest denning site for polar bears, staying on the Churchill theme. They have beluga whales in the summer and polar bears in the winter. And so we're also the world's largest denning site. So that's where they go to reproduce. We have snakes in the spring and polar bears in the winter. Very diverse province. And speaking, it's still staying on the wildlife theme. Matt, how many lakes do you think, lakes and waterways, there are in Manitoba?
I don't know. Is it like more than 50?
Oh, it's 100,000.
What?
Yeah. Yes. Manitoba has over 100,000 lakes and waterways.
What?
How about that? Yeah.
Is that more than, obviously there's more water than land then.
We have a lot of water. Like you can throw a stone and pretty much hit a lake or some sort of waterway, whether it be a river. So that's waterways as well, like rivers and things like that, right? So it's, and I never really thought about it growing up, but because there was just lakes everywhere. You want to go to the lake this weekend? Okay, which one? Where are we going? In my little area alone, there was 2 great big lakes on either side. Ron says that's suspect. It could be a puddle and they call it a lake. Well, it is Manitoba and we are small, so it might be that.
Because that's a lot. 100,000?
So we also have, speaking of lakes, we have a lake called Little Limestone Lake. And it's the largest and finest example of a marl lake in the world. And a marl lake is a lake that changes colors with fluctuations of temperature. So the lake literally changes colors as the temperature fluctuates. It's like a mood ring. It's like a lake mood ring.
What's the color? Like, what is it? What's the spectrum? Is it go from like light blue to dark blue to greens? Or is it just kind of go from, one small blue spectrum? Curious.
That is.
Let's find out. Like, what's the color spectrum here?
I don't know. I'm going to find that out right now.
And do they know why? Is it because of minerals that are shifting underneath or?
Yeah, I believe it's the mineral content. Yes. That, and
is it healthy mineral content?
It's from dark blue gray to sky blue, brilliant aquamarine, milky turquoise, or blue white. And it's thanks to the lake's high calcium carbonate content. Warm temperatures cause the calcite to precipitate from the water, forming suspended microscopic crystals known as marl. These particles scatter light, making the water appear opaque, milky, turquoise, or blue-white. And the cooler temperatures cause them to dissolve, clearing the water and shifting the hue back to a crisp blue, gray, or sky blue. So it's a natural chameleon, really, like if you think about it. And so it's what's interesting is that it forms suspended microscopic crystals and they scatter light. So suspended, does that mean that they're up above the water? That's interesting.
Yeah. Radioactive waste, that would be my fear if I start seeing things glowing.
I wonder what it'd be like to swim in that lake while it's changing colors.
Well, it's like, there's parts of the ocean, I don't know where but where it's got the algae that does like neon glow. And when you swim in it, it's, you as you're moving the water, it does glow. So I wonder if something like that.
You're right. It would be a weird sensation to swim in something that's glowing, and over the course of the day, it can change colors, right?
Changing the colors. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Pretty, and you wouldn't want to ingest any of that water, I don't think.
No.
For God's sakes, don't swallow it.
Like have nothing like covering your
exactly. Oh, snorkel. Snorkel time.
Covering all of our entries and
orifices. Yeah, orifices. Cover them all up. Plug those things.
That's right.
So, Churchill. Back to Churchill. You know what Aurora Borealis is? The Northern Lights. Churchill is one of the top 3 places in the world to observe the phenomenon known as Aurora Borealis. So, and it's really cool. Have you ever seen Northern Lights?
Only the when we get a little bit of a glimpse of it here every once in a while in the southern states, but nothing really up close that mirrors like the pictures you see. Yeah.
They are more vibrant when it's colder out. So in the wintertime in Manitoba, of course, we get a lot of Aurora Borealis, and it's beautiful because they're alive and they just dance across the sky. And the color spectrum there is every color you can imagine. And they change. Like it can be pink, blue, red, green, orange, and then all of a sudden it's blue, pink, green, yellow, something. And yeah, so the colors change and it moves, and it's actually really beautiful. And if you're in an airplane when it's happening, my God, it's absolutely incredible. I highly recommend being in an airplane in the middle of the night in Manitoba when there's Aurora Borealis, because that's something you'll never see anywhere else. It's really, really cool. And with the winter season, because we're so darn cold, we actually have the sunniest winter season in Canada. We have 358 hours of sunshine, thank God, because if it's minus 50, you need that cold to keep yourself sane and happy. Otherwise, you're looking for the nearest bridge or something. Like, holy. And that would take, staying warm to a whole new level if you didn't have sunshine.
Right. Oh, no.
Find a whole lot of creative ways. We also have a lot of festivals. What's that?
Ron, preferably a Cessna.
Preferably a Cessna, yeah. So next time you steal a Cessna, come to Winnipeg in February when it's really cold out and see some Aurora Borealis.
Oh, nice.
So we also have some festivals here. So Manitoba Festival de Voyageurs is held in February when it's really cold out. And it's Canada's largest winter festival. There's a lot of family activities, bands playing. Like there will be 4 or 5 what they call tents, but they're great big structures. They'll house a couple hundred people probably. And in each tent, there will be 4 or 5 bands per night playing. Like there's over 150 acts in 9 days.
As I say, it's like, are you on Sitting on Ice, Festival of Ice?
No, it's not the Ice Hotel. It's not the Ice Hotel. Outside these, like they're heated, the tents are heated. And outside, there are great big fire pits, like huge, probably 20 feet in diameter. And, you sit around. So you go out to the fire pit and you got a drink in your hand and you're talking to other people who are in other tents and it's a lot of fun, but it's kind of funny because we all wear our snowmobile suits or skidoo suits or, like you're dressed in whatever will keep you warm. So you've got your toques, your mitts, your scarves, it's really funny. Nobody's there going to make a fashion statement. That's not happening. There's no metaverse fashion happening here.
It's about being bundled up and warm.
Absolutely. And Becky says her cousin in Southern Carolina keeps saying she can't wait for fall. And Becky's like, shut your mouth. We're holding on for a few summer days per year before 6 months of snow. Absolutely.
That's your
agreed,
cousin, Becky. Like, I'm still loving the warm. Like, I could live on an island year round. Like, I do not need winter whatsoever.
No. Every winter I say, what am I doing here? Why am I here? I need to get out of here. Like, get me out of here. I hate this. Every year the cold gets worse and I hate it and hate it. So yeah, so they have fiddling contests and skating and jigging contests and of course beard growing contests because that's a national pastime in the winter. Sleigh rides, snowshoe trails, toboggan hills. JJ at toque is a beanie.
I was like, I don't know what that is.
You don't know what a toque is? What?
I know what a beanie is.
Oh.
And actually, I call those toboggans.
What's that?
I call those little beanie hats. In the South, they're called toboggans.
Toboggans. Okay.
Which is a sled in other places.
Yeah, that's what for us, a toboggan is a sled. Yeah.
Right.
And you guys put your toboggan on your head. Okay, there's a fashion statement for you, wearing your toboggan.
Wear your toboggan.
And yes, Ron, there are lots of drinking contests. Yes, that's definitely
hot toddies for everybody.
Yeah, hot toddies. Yes. And if your name happens to be Todd, that takes it to a whole new level. But anyways, so that's some of the fun facts about Manitoba.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, if we have time, we can talk about the Zen Hen Parties. So, okay. So I didn't know. So this went to a sound bath. I go to a once a month. I do sound baths with the crystal bowls, and a lot of the wellness teachers that are a part of my little women's circle are all now starting to be invited to lead these Zendo parties or Zen Hen parties. And I was like, what is that? And they were like, well, the Hendo parties. And I'm like, I don't know what a Hendo party is. What are you guys talking about? Like hen? And they're like, it's like girls get together before they get married. It's like the bachelorette parties. And I said, where did Hendo party come from? Apparently that's a Canadian phrase for bachelorette. I was going to ask you and Becky, is that what you guys call bachelorette parties? Or Hendo parties?
Not in Manitoba. Nope. We've heard that before.
So I had never heard of Hendo. So it's now being transformed. Instead of like in my day, it was you got the penis straws, you got, where the bride, hats and t-shirts, and you went around and you got smashed, right?
A necklace you wear around your neck when you go to the bar with the little candies on it, and guys would.
And you drink out of like the bottles, the penis bottles, all that. Yeah, all of that.
And they would suck a piece of candy off your necklace and pay you $1 for it.
Or like my T-shirt was my girls had put little lifesavers all over, and you had to we if you wanted to suck a lifesaver, you had to give me like $1 or $5 or buy me a drink or whatever.
Yeah.
So, but that was like, I think that that's the rite of passage, right? Bachelorette parties, you do that before you get married. So apparently that's not the trend anymore. The trend is doing Zen Hen parties or Zendo parties, where instead of going out and doing like the crazy penis things, you're going to renting an Airbnb or a VRBO in a mountain house or a lake or beach, and you're inviting wellness teachers to do like a weekend of it's massages, it's sound baths, it's meditation, and which sounds like it's very Zen, very different. So apparently, and because of the whole sober curious trend, Becky, it's like all
Yes.
stuff is the evolution of people. This younger generation doesn't want to do the drink parties and the crazy, bachelorette parties or Hindu parties, and are doing Zen weekend.
I think the perfect for me would be combining the two. Let's go out and get nutty drunk and have fun on like a Thursday night. Then we go get pampered and get massages and sweat it out, get all the impurities out of it, and just get pampered for a weekend. And while we get over our hangovers, I think that's the perfect combination.
I think it's a perfect combination. Because I remember one of my best girlfriends, she made me for our bachelorette party. She paper mached a 7-foot penis, and filled it with all sorts of like the mini bottles and paraphernalia and everything. And that's what we did before we went out. Was we all had to take turns whacking this penis. I whacked the penis.
Were you blindfolded?
I was blindfolded. We hung it up.
We
hung this thing up. This thing was like literally 7 feet.
A penis pinata.
The balls were like this big around. She had hot glue. She was. It was a paper mache. So the fact that it was very realistically shaped. She painted it pink. She hot glued curly Jerry curl wig hair on the balls, on these big balls, and we strung it up from like the rafters of the event venue that we had kicked off our party, and we all took turns whacking the tip of
the penis pinata.
The penis pinata.
Hey, you know what? That could be a new business. Your friend is brilliant because
that was like 30 years ago. That was a long time ago. But interesting enough, this same friend, she has been dating the same person for close to 20 years. They have finally decided at 50-ish to get married. We're going to their wedding next month. So I told her, I was like, "Are you having a bachelorette party?" She was like, "I'm too old for a bachelorette party." And I was, how am I going to repay the penis pinata? So I've got to try to figure out something. How I'm going to work that in.
Oh yeah,
repay the
yeah.
favor.
You definitely got to do that. Even if you made her a smaller one, right? Like
that's what I thought. I was like, I gotta do something. To celebrate, because she went all out.
Is it a small wedding?
It will be. I mean, it's more intimate, probably less than 100 people. But yeah, maybe I should bring it out
and go have some fun.
That's right. So I was like, are we doing a Zen Hen bachelorette party? Are we doing a Zendo party, or can we just? Should I come up a couple days early and we go and have a little naughty fun? So
absolutely, I'd get some girls together.
I was like, we're too old. I was like, we're never too old for that. Come on.
No.
Come on.
Nope. Never. Never. Never too
and
old.
And I'll say
for
penis one more time just so we can get another count in.
Yep. We got it. You're never too old for a buy me a shot, I'm tying the knot, a buck a suck. Let's have a, or a penis pinata. Never too old for
penis
that.
Necklaces, penis bottles, just all the stuff.
Yeah. Penis keychains, penis. Oh my gosh, there's so many. Penis glasses. I've seen those where they're actually, you see 2020 or whatever. I've seen penis set of glasses on.
We need to celebrate.
Yeah. Can we get them up to 20? I wonder if we can get this count up to 20.
I know. Well, and Becky said anal on the last week's show. So
yes, she did.
So we can throw that one in.
Yeah, we
and I want to make sure that we also described the most ridiculous was the balls and they were hairy balls.
Hairy balls. She made it.
And she had to drive like she was trying to. She called. And she was driving this little car. You know, we were in our 20s. We're driving some shit car, right? And she's like, I got to borrow my parents' minivan to drive your pinata. Because she lived in Chicago. She was like coming down to, you know, I lived in Southern Indiana. She was like, I got to borrow my mom's minivan to drive this pinata down. And she was like, I had the windows down so it would air out because it smelled the fumes of all the spray paint and the glue. She's like, I'm getting contact high with this penis in the hair was like blowing in the wind in the windows. Yeah, it was great.
The only thing that would make that picture better is if she was driving like a little Volkswagen Bug and the penis was hanging out.
I know, that's what I was like. You could
the hatchback.
I know. She was like, it wouldn't fit in my car. She was like, it was too big. Otherwise, it would have crushed it. Would have crushed the balls.
We can't have crushed balls. That's no fun. No. Hairy crushed balls are no fun. No fun for anyone.
So I'm going to take a picture of whatever penis paraphernalia I do for this wedding next month. We'll show it on.
Perfect.
We'll show it on next month's show. Yeah.
But
I'm so glad that she's finally getting married.
Of your 7-foot penis pinata. If you have a picture
I need to find a picture of that. I need to find it. Need to dig that out. Yeah, because it's impressive. Like when you see the pictures, it was bigger than me. Like it was taller than me.
Of course, 7 feet. Holy heck, that's a big boy.
It's a big boy.
And it would be expensive.
And it was nice girth. It wasn't like it was a skinny thing. It was about that big.
It was robust. Yeah. Love it.
It was robust. About the girth of my neon light.
Wow.
It was a ginormous pinata. Filled with all fun stuff.
I can't imagine all the
ladies,
of that when you guys finally smashed it.
Yeah, but ladies, you're missing out if you don't have the rite of passage of the bachelorette party.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can do both.
I agree.
You can do both.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I think there is a space for both. Let's do a weekend of it. Let's get totally trashed on Friday night and then spend Saturday and Sunday being pampered while we nurse our hangovers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, detox and get pampered. I think that's brilliant. That's the way to go for sure. Absolutely. Well, this has been a lot of fun, JJ.
This has been fun.
I really enjoyed this today.
I have enjoyed the show. Thank you. Nice to do one with you, Sharon.
Yeah, it's nice to finally get to connect and do a show together. And next time we'll see, how else we can make Ron squirm. We'll move from penis to something else.
We'll figure out something. We will figure out something.
Yep. So tomorrow morning on Rhode Island, it's Becky and Luana. So we get to watch them host the show, and that'll be fun. They're always good for a laugh, Becky and Luana. So
they'll keep it clean.
Yeah, they'll keep it clean. Well, unless Becky throws an anal in there occasionally, but you never know.
Right.
Depends on the topic. So you can watch it tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Mountain, 9 a.m. Central. And thank you so much for joining us today. From JJ and I, we really enjoyed the show, and we hope you did too. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks.